Here we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel, a channel where I have to give you guys a little bit of a modified history lesson and talk about more the aspect of 40 Smith & Wesson when it comes to 2024 and where I see it in the future, okay? No, the irony is not lost on me that I'm talking about a semi-automatic handgun cartridge that are typically used in a semi-automatic handgun cartridge, and then I'm wearing a shoulder holster, okay? So it's for the vibe, it's for the drip. You all will get over it or you won't. I don't really care. Okay, 40 Smith & Wesson, my experience, okay? My experience with 40 Smith & Wesson, just to get kind of jump ahead, and then we're going to come back to this. The guns are typically made on a 9mm size frame. Or the guns are made on a 9mm size gun. What that means, if you look at like the Glock 17 and the Glock 22, that Glock 22 is not designed to be able to take the recoil and the higher pressure of the 40 Smith & Wesson. We're going to get into it. Guys, funding. Funding comes from you, okay? If you want to continue seeing content here on the channel, you need to consider becoming a member of the Patreon, okay? It's only $5 a month and all the things. PSA is a sponsor, but they only work if you use the link below, okay? So if you want to continue seeing content and all the stuff, you need to go over and you need to actually become a member of the Patreon. Thanks for doing that. Okay, purpose. Purpose is I'm going to try to save somebody money or talk them out of making a poor purchase or trying to train on a platform that's outdated and irrelevant in 2024. Backstory. Okay, so long story short, the FBI had 10mm, right? And their agents sucked with 10mm. They couldn't hit anything. It wasn't effective. They went from 9mm to 10mm, 10mm to 40 Smith & Wesson, and guess what? Now they're back to 9. But a lot of guys in 2000 to 2010 focused their entire identity around what the FBI was carrying, just like a lot of you guys are either carrying Glock 19s or M18s or SIG P320s because that's what either your favorite gun tuber, your favorite Navy SEAL, whatever, or maybe some of you just actually like it. But not just attacking everybody here, but just being real. But from 2000 to 2010, a lot of dudes decided to start carrying 40 Smith & Wesson because it was said it's stronger and better than a 9mm, but a little bit less recoil than a 45, okay? And you get close to as many bullets as a 9. Well, that's kind of FUD talk, okay, because we're going to move ahead here. 45 cucks. Yeah, I said it. Okay, check it out. You don't need a bigger bullet to do more things. It's a handgun bullet. Short of 44 Magnum, okay? Again, the irony is not lost to me that I'm wearing a revolver. It's for a video I'm going to film in about 5 seconds. But short of 44 Magnum or maybe hot 10mm, most of your handgun ammo is irrelevant based on the person or the target, the intended target, other than hunting, right? So people haven't evolved at all, and 9mm 124 grain plus P is going to do what you need it to do. So 45 people that are also 40 Smith & Wesson people, irrelevant, okay? Just not good, okay? Let's talk about not good. When I say it's not good, I'm not saying that a robot that had no recoil that could hold the gun and the snappiness of the gun wouldn't do well. I'm saying you are not good with a 40 Smith & Wesson because you don't have the means to train with it. It's not as easy to train with. And quite frankly, it's not as fun to train with, okay? You're not going to want to shoot a 40 Smith & Wesson as compared to a 9mm, okay? So it's just not good. You are not as good with a 40 as you would be with a 9. That is a fact, okay? If you train the same person, trained on a 40 and trained on a 9, they would be better with a 9. They'd have more bullets, and the bullets would do very similar things. Guys, if you got this far, leave a like and a comment. Thank you. Okay, parts breakage. We already talked about it a little bit. That's one of the biggest issues, okay? You could shoot we'll just use a Glock 17. You could shoot a Glock 17 forever and minor spring changes and you'd probably be fine. A Glock 22 is not the same case. You're going to have major issues with the Glock 22 due to the high pressure. If you go down to a Glock 23, it's even bigger of an issue. So with that being said, if you are hell-bent on buying a 40 Smith & Wesson, that's okay. But what you need to know is you're more buying it for maybe you have a really, really crazy sale on like 10,000 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson, and you're like, dude, I'm going to do it. It's for some reason a crazy deal. Fine, do it. But what I'm telling you is you will be a better shooter, okay, with a 9mm than you are with a 40. That's just a fact. Less recoil, more bullets, doing a very similar thing. Overall, the ballistics aren't worth it. It being recoil, parts breakage, etc. Guys, if you enjoy the video, consider leaving a like. Thanks for being here. If you want to continue seeing content on the channel, I need you guys to go over to Patreon. Consider giving $5 a month. Until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, your average 40 Smith & Wesson hater that your mom said that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.